They did little electrical charges that sucked in those water molecules. And
Well,
anyway,
and
that's a whole. That's a whole.
Yeah.
Hole.
But we could talk about that another day because fog harvesting and all kinds of stuff. But that's
even in deserts, dude. In deserts, you can do it.
Yep. So we basically covered the components that are going in our A horizon. Let's talk about, mixing them. Every single one of these, whether it's the sand, the silt, the clay, the organic material, you want that 100% dried out before you mix
organic matter, no. Doesn't matter.
No?
Organic matter can be moist. We don't want the organic matter hydrophobic, right?
Okay.
It should be moist. Like I don't want to be able to make a mud ball out of it, but you basically want that organic matter to have the clay and the silt and the sand stick to it, because now you're building a perfect system for the bacteria to have clay, sand, and silt right in their organic matter.
And we're putting it in as layers. So I wanted to talk about how to mix it, because we've got our percentages. We've got 30% sand, etc. You can put it in a 5-gallon bucket and go, okay, 30% is so many buckets, and etc. But we're drying these materials out, and I know silt can be extremely fluffy. Would it be better to, when we're measuring it, to do it by weight instead of by volume of 5-gallon buckets?
By volume, because sand will overthrow everything, and you'll never get enough organic matter because it's so light. So that's why it's got to be by volume, and you got to mix it thoroughly so it's homogeneous. You should see no color or variation in the A when it's done. People have used cement mixers, mortar mixers, 5-gallon buckets with a paint mixer. Any of these things will work. And again, you just do your volume measurements and your percentages, and then mix them thoroughly so it looks uniform.
So now, like I said, with the silt, it can be very fluffy. So you're going to want to really push these materials and make it, half-assed compact before we put them together.
I don't like to compact any of the materials. I just want to pour them in. I mean, I might push a little bit, but I'm not going to pack it by any means. Again, it's the volume that matters, not the weight. And if you start packing it, you're creating more weight.
Okay, because like a lot of people have made major errors in putting these together, and I want to try to clear those, errors up as much as possible. And one of the other things, and I was going to mention it earlier, in the transition from the E to the A, some people have put in the cloth. Now, a weed barrier, and is that a no-no? Because you're trying.
Why? You're exposing your plant to plastics and microplastics. There's no need to put anything down. The E horizon is a filter.
Okay.
It's keeping the organic matter out. And hey, some roots are going to get down there, and that's fine, because the roots are going to get gobbled up by the bacteria, and they're never going to become a high concentration of organic matter. And then as you water, the sand is just going to fill that little void back in again.
Okay, so it wasn't going to be like, say somebody put a jute mat down there, over top of the sand and rock. Is that going to become a problem as an anaerobic zone?
Well, all right.
Jute,
I would be very careful, because certain jutes have toxic coatings to them. Right. If you used a pure hemp fabric, sure. But again, why? Why are you adding an extra step? You don't need it.
Okay.
Nature
I think that's the point, is you don't actually need it, and in a lot of ways you don't want it.
Right. Biomimic nature. Nature doesn't lay down fabric anywhere. She just builds the soil up.
Okay. I guess that was a point I had in my head, and I forgot to write it down in my questions. So we got it covered now.